When my son was 10, I started desiring to have another child and most preferably a girl.
We tried to get pregnant, right? But she couldn't. Then the test started, first on me as well. My part was normal. Then it was focused on her, right?
I went to see many doctors, and then when she saw around 2 or 3 years later, I was following every year on routine checks, then she said, no, I'd better send you to a fertility specialist. Then I saw 3 doctors. First, I took some injections, hormone shots to see if they increased my rates.
The hormone shots that trigger ovulation, they usually get more of those eggs that would be lost in the menstrual cycle. So more little eggs will turn into follicles, and more follicles can ovulate. The ovarian follicles are in women's ovaries, right? And they start in the intrauterine life. They will ovulate, and they are responsible for liberating the egg to fecundation. The follicles do that. Older women start with an amount of eggs very, very large. As time goes by, after the first period, this rate starts to decrease. The amount of eggs that are left starts to decrease. And at 35 years old, this rate starts to lower abruptly until the person goes through menopause, and then there's no more eggs to ovulate.
And during these 4 years, the last doctor I saw, he told me to give it up because I wouldn't be able to get pregnant. I was already 38 because it was an age when women usually start to decline her hormonal production, and that I could be one of them. And the word, the Bible reading, gives us a great relief at those moments. I read the Bible, I watched the faith show, I was feeding myself, and it blocked the negative answer from the doctors.
It was like a shock, right? It was like we were lost, right? We were sort of distressed, depressed.
And he was the one who said, let's sit down and speak to Christ. Let's ask Jesus for his guidance, the doctor of the doctors. And then I felt like the Holy Spirit showed me the Psalm chapter 113, verse 9, where it says, he grants the barren woman a home. And this verse fed my heart, and it brought me hope.
After we said this prayer, after a few months, she was always doing the test to see if she was pregnant, and then one day she did the test and it came back negative. And she was very sad, very distressed. I was working, right? It was a weekday. She went to church.
When I did the treatments, or even before the treatments, I would always do the beta HCG, which is a test to see if you're pregnant. As I was late, I was supposed to have my periods. In October, I didn't. November, then I said, no, I know, I'll ask the doctor a request to do it. I called, the girl at the lab already knew me, and then I asked her if she could open it and see if it was negative or positive. And then she said it is positive. It was in 2006 I got pregnant.
When she told me, I gave thanks to the Lord, right? It was his answer to what we had asked him, right?
My daughter was perfectly born with no problem whatsoever. All things are possible to him who believes. Today, Julia is 12 years old.
Julia is our joy and pride. She is the daughter of the promise. She is what we were lacking to fulfill us as a family, right?
I had this experience through faith. God answered. I fed my faith.